Oh, mugshot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe. We got a complaint of, well, ball joints are shot. Lower ball joints. That is the only ball joints, I guess. Yep. Trying to see how we're going to attack that to get maximum camera efficiency. That's a big word. That's a big word. Yeah, I don't need to zoom it in just yet. Let's see what we can see. I'm gonna pause you up and get a little bit better angle here. All right, so there's going to be a cotter pin. The one thing we are going to do is we are going to remove this here cotter pin and your steering ends. So we are going to remove that. Maybe this will become clear in a little bit. So anyway, it's a cotter pin, it's a castle nut. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I won't take these off, pause the camera, make that video shorter. And I'm going to show you why we're taking it apart. You ever see the show Idiots at Work? This one is one of them. Whoever done this, got to be an idiot. I normally would not say that. I mean, and tight is good, but check this out, guys. Sorry, got a little bit flustered just a minute. There you go. So it literally took this long ratchet and a really hard pull to break this loose. So, I mean, idiots at work. I'm sorry, that's all there's to it. I had to, what I did is I lifted the brake assembly up so I could get to this with the 6-point socket and the long ratchet, because there wasn't no way that wrench was ever going to take this off. Anyway, I'm going to do the other side, and we don't need any pullers or anything like that. I've had that in previous vehicles. So I got the nut off of it. We hit that knuckle a little bit to shake that taper, and generally they'll come right out, and they did both sides, even though this one here was so tight. But the reason we're doing it is simply because we're going to yank this lower control arm out of this vehicle, and honestly, I couldn't tell you if it can or cannot be done the other way without taking the steering loose. Now, I don't know that it can be done. I never do it that way. I always pop them loose, that way the whole assembly can fold out. That gives me the maximum amount of play. Your CV axle, you're gonna have to be careful on that one. They can pop out very uncomfortably, I want to say. So I think it's 21 on the bolts here, and also on the other side. Let's verify that, make sure. No, maybe it's 19. Look big. I sure thought it was 21. Yeah, it is 19 in fact. And 19 on that as well. So these are all 19s. What I'm doing, I'm gonna get you a shot of this. So this is a bolt that just comes on out the bottom, and over there you got a bolt and a nut that will pull out from this side here. And again, I'm not going to film that part. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Well, these stupid things here got cotter pins in it, which is also pretty idiotic, the design on that. Why anybody would want to put cotter pins in the back of that is beyond me. That could be a Hyundai original here. I think, matter of fact, I think it is. It's also a locking nut as well. I don't know what they're trying to protect with that, but anyway, vehicle don't have that kind of power, I know that. So over here, let's see. This time, come on over here. This time I think I'm on to something when I tell you 17. A while ago I sure missed it. Like I said, you got to watch your CV axle, make sure it don't pop out. That is a very uncomfortable situation when it does. You have to take them apart. Sometimes, I don't know how this is designed, but sometimes you have to take them apart to get them back together correctly. Now we are going to get a bolt with the new assembly. Wow. Laying on the frame there. I fixed to say, man, that came out of there fast enough I didn't see it. But we are getting a bolt, but we don't want to leave a bolt laying around in the customer's frame. Careful on your boot. Oh, and by the way, these are pressed in. We are not replacing the lower control arm, these are just pressed in. So, anyway, that's the extent of this one here. And of course you do the same thing if you got both sides bad like I got here. We're doing the same thing on the other side, goes without saying. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the camera up because I am going to lunch. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now we're going to have some haters. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. This part right here, on a lot of these here, I know a lot of people is gonna scream now, I can do it, I can do it. Okay, whatever. Knock yourself out. This, on some of them, is the hardest part you're going to encounter on the whole job. Your best bet, and I'm just going to say this, your best bet, as far as I'm concerned, is to find somebody that has a press. Because the press makes short work of it. They can do it very easily. The other option is you get a tool that is made to do it, like it's laying in the floor right there. You get that tool. Any other time, I will tell you, Harbor Freight is going to be a good way to go for a lot of things. You know, they got a lot of decent tools that you can use that just fine. But this is one of them things where the Harbor Freight is not going to cut it. If you're going to buy a press, I use OTC over here in the shop, not a sponsor. But anyway, you use anything else, you're wasting your time. It's really that simple because they just don't have enough the presses are not good, period. I mean, you know, the Mad Dogs and all that good stuff, it's just not good enough for this. That's the part where you have to find yourself, like I said, either find yourself somebody that has a press, or you know, you're gonna have to work with the proper adapters here. As far as taking it out, I know I didn't show that yet. There's a reason for that. As far as taking it out, I don't mess around with them. I don't feel it. What I normally do is go ahead and use a torch. I pop the insides out, use a torch, call it a day. So obviously these here are going to have a snap ring with it. So let me find some snap ring pliers. I really thought I'm going to hate these little rings on the boots, but it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's why I try to get that snap ring over the top of it, but never mind that. I'll show you exactly on the next one how I done it. For right now, well, I'll edit the video later, so don't worry about it. Move, Zeus. You're in the way. What do you want? Outside again? You are one outside dog. Dog wants to be outside all the time. Alright, let's get our bolts together. You have to watch the two different lengths. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I've realized this video here done going sideways. Anyway, we're going to try to salvage it. Long bolt in the back. I got them laying here from both sides. I took them loose, so got a little bit irritated because the nut ended up in the floor and I didn't realize I dropped it in the floor. The short ones go up here in the front. So, that being said, alignment bar, spot bar, whatever you want to call it. We'll pop that one back in and make sure that this one is somewhat set. We're only going to worry about one of them at a time. Now, the stabilizer bar, in case you're catching that, I did take it loose. It does make it a little bit easier. You don't have to take it loose. That's why I didn't mention it, because I mean, they can be a booger all on their own. So here we want to get this straightened up. So I'm lifting this up so the bolt goes right in it. Now let's put the wrong bolt in it. Yeah. So straighten the arm up so you can get the bolt in it easier. That does make it quite a bit easier. I'm not going to tighten it at this point in time. I'm going to have to do something with this camera. Well, this ain't going to work because I'm going to need to be right there. Alright, so right there. Like I said, this is going to be easy with two people for sure. Just missed it. I mean, just missed it. In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, this thing has got all that rubber, that pressure on that rubber bushing in the back. That's what's doing what it's doing right there. And that's why I'm over here struggling, trying to get this thing in. There we go. Once you get it lined up, you got to get it held in place. And once you got to that point, you can get it bolted. So that right there, like I said, a lot easier with two people. Much easier with two people. It's almost unbelievably easy with two people. So, and once again, let me get the camera out of the way. No. Obviously, we're gonna have to tighten this up. That goes without saying. I don't know what you can see and what you cannot see, but there comes a time when you just got to do the work. Anyway, bolt number one. Now we're going to move on to bolt number two, 19 millimeter, like I said. If I didn't say it, sorry. Now, I will tell you this. My alignment guy is going to set tension on that arm. This vehicle is going to have to go to an alignment shop. That should go kind of without saying, I hope. Anyway, like I said, my alignment guy, he's going to relax that back bushing when he does the setup on his alignment rack. I don't like tension on these bushings, and he knows that. Now it's a matter of getting this assembly back together. We'll have to wiggle and jiggle and do what we got to do here. Lord, the new ball joints are tight, so you'll have a little bit of a fight with it. I'm gonna pause the camera up while I fight with the ball joint, try to get it back in the hole. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just took a razor knife, cut around the boot, lift the boot off of there, and anything in between that, I'm done messing with it. I'm going outside, use a torch. So I'm gonna keep the camera rolling for just a second. Use them nasty gloves right there. Get the camera out of the way. Sorry about that. Ooh, that light is washed. The light's washing that camera out pretty bad. When it comes to safety, I'm pretty serious about that. You know, there's no need, and my eyes are messed up already. So I try not to take any chances on getting them messed up even more. Like I said, this don't take no time to do. Missed it. I failed to notice the snap ring, ladies and gentlemen. I failed to notice the snap ring. I was like, well, I set that on camera, it ain't gonna take long, and here it is taking me forever. Well, seemingly forever anyway. Not really, but it's been replaced before, so it had a snap ring in it, and I literally didn't see it. Well, there you go, there you have it. You know, I told you over and over again, my eyes are not that great, so it is what it is. Well, here's the point I was trying to make earlier. I shouldn't have mocked about with it. I should have just did this. These rings here come off. I hate messing with these rings. Or, well, I thought I did. And, of course, come to find out that it's not really all that bad. Take this ring and just start peeling it off. I really honestly thought, as I said, again, I thought I'm going to hate this, to mess with this, but really it's that easy. It wasn't that much to it. So that exposes your ball joint. Now we can work with this this rascal. Get it put in here. Well, I could get the other one. I could get it to hold in there, but this one here, I cannot. I did clean this up, by the way. At least trying to salvage this part of the video. Of course, I'm gonna have to edit that and make sure that it goes in the right place. You got to watch these, by the way. They can go in crooked. Given opportunity, they will go in crooked. Uh-oh. Oh, they're tight. I don't want them to cut off, that is for sure. Take your ring apart. We'll have to start somewhere. God, I made that look easy just now. Normally my fingers don't work for that at all, but that was easy enough. Wasn't ready for that to be that easy. I figured if anything, being in front of the camera, that's got to go wrong, but it did not. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. That is about all that I had to show you. Remember, long bolt. Long bolt sits over here, the shorter, vice versa. Short bolt sits over here, long bolt goes over here on this end. So, stabilizer bar, if you want to take the stabilizer bar off, you can, but they can be a booger to get sometimes, so I normally don't take them off. In this case I did. It does make it a little bit easier, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely not a must. If I were doing it at home in the driveway, I would never touch that stabilizer bar, I can guarantee you that. You don't have to add additional grease unless you're wiping it off into these here. I got a video. You can modify these here to put the grease insert in them, but in this case here, I'm not for sure that the car is actually going to last through another set. The one that I bought, I'm not going to name it, they are normally pretty good. So yeah, the bolt that came with it does not have a cotter key in it, so it's just a self-locking bolt, and that is 100% enough. If you loosen up your brake, don't forget to tighten your brake back up, which I've already done on this side here. As you can see, the side here is completed. So I'm going to head on over to the other side and get that side done, give this lady a call, and tell her that the vehicle is ready. So why don't you head on down to that comment section, leave some comments, tell me what I've done wrong, and we'll see you on the next one. One thing I have to add real quick. I just used a torch on both of these, okay? So there is, you see me, I don't know if you see me wire wheel, but anyway, I wire wheeled it. That's actually ready to spray some paint on it. I got some black spray, some black frame paint. Good God, I couldn't spit it out. But anyway, I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of frame paint and be good from there.